do it.
All right, everyone. Sorry about this rough start. We're just figuring this all out.
Joe says live stream while driving. This should be interesting. Keep your eyes on. I honestly.
Everything's upside down, Evan.
That's okay. That's a problem.
Okay,
I can't read an image at the same time.
Yeah, I know. So I said sometime you'll have to aim it forward. Everyone, be patient with us. This is our first time. I realize we're upside down. We're going to try and fix that now. I think we can flip the camera.
Oh, that makes sense. No, just don't. Orientation is blocked. Rotate device back.
Didn't like that.
But
does it look better?
But does it work?
It works better.
We roll with it.
It says sideways. Oh, it's doing vertical, I think.
It's going terribly wrong.
So, as we said, bear with us while we try and get this figured out. First time. Yeah, it's definitely gone vertical on us. How can I flip the angle on this thing? I thought I had that all set up. I don't see any controls for that. Do you see anything?
No. Oh, wait.
Auto rotate. Try the opposite. No, rotation one. No, it wants to definitely do it this way.
Maybe when you flip that, you flipped it from...
That's front to back, unfortunately. Okay, guys. So I've got a cameraman, so don't worry about me and my eyes on the road. It looks like you have to do this in vertical orientation. So that's going to change things for us here.
I'm just going to hold the phone.
Okay. So how do I get yours back to normal?
I have no idea.
Seems to be locked.
It's just locked. Just put it on my lap and it's fine.
Oh, okay, guys, can you let us know if things look normal now, or are we still some weird sideways sort of thing?
We're good. It's normal.
Okay. Sorry about the, you can put that on the ground, right? Sorry about the rough start to our first live stream on the road, drive live. So we're out here Saturday afternoon near Paris, Ontario, trying to get organized for our first live stream while driving. Everyone who's joining, welcome. We'll try and respond to any questions you have or comments as we can. But I've got my son Evan here doing the filming for me. And we're just going to drive around Paris, Ontario, show you some of the sights. If you're new to Model Ts, feel free to ask questions about the car or driving it, that sort of thing. You can ask questions about Paris, Ontario. We're not real experts on Paris and the history. We'll do our best to answer, or we'll figure them out and get back to you later in the comments. Anyway, right now we're out in the countryside near our house, and we're just going to head into town. So we're coming into town from the west. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, that's full throttle up this little hill. little gravel road just on the outskirts of town. There's usually some brown cows in the area. They're usually growing corn or soybeans. This will probably be about as fast as we're going to go on this whole journey. But once we get in town, we'll need to go a little slower. Model T, I generally don't do full and complete stops if I can avoid it. The main clutch band for the Model T low gear takes a hell of a beating, so it's kind of nice to do rolling stops. So this is Old Highway 2. It was the main east-west highway through this part of Ontario for the last 100 years. I think my engine's getting warmed up. I'm adjusting the mixture here. Better. Oh, hey Randall, welcome. Glad you could make it. I saw Joe Doucette. Good to see you again, Joe. He's a regular on our streams. Who else is there, Evan?
Harry.
Harry? Hi, Harry.
Joe said something, but I don't know how to scroll up in chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. We need a laptop or something on our lap to make this go a little smoother. But all right, so we're coming into town. We've got a mixture here of houses from the 70s and some new developments. Now we're up on top of the Grand River Valley edge right now. So fairly soon we'll be diving down into the Grand River Valley. Paris is a little town that was built on the forks of the Nith River and the Grand River. So the town is down in the river valley, but the town has grown up over the valley edges. So we're up high right now. On our left we have one of the old original cemeteries, Protestant cemetery. About to descend the hill into the river valley. It's quite steep. There's some steepness warning. Trucks use low gear type warnings here. I'll stay in high gear, but I'll be full engine brake coming down here. And on our left we have a lookout. Evan, can you swing over there? We'll try and stop there on our way back up the hill and show you Paris from above looking down. So I know the camera always steals the steepness of hills. This is a steep hill. Straight ahead of us you're going to see an old church that was also at one point a factory for linens and is now about to become our new public library. And a lot of the old homes here from the original times. Paris is one of the oldest towns in this part of Canada. It's right on the river where they could barge down to the Great Lakes, and also on a main rail line, which you'll see later.
Rob and Russ are here.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys.
Russ says your Paris is a new tourism ambassador.
Yeah. This red building on the right is used to be the Salvation Army. What's it say? 1918. It's now a home. We'll get a better look at that in a minute. So here's a beautiful downtown Paris, popular tourist destination for weekend getaways. Nice restaurants and shops.
Sorry for the filming. This is really hard.
For the what?
The filming.
Oh, sorry, you did fine. I've got a couple GoPros going too, so if the footage turns out, I can do an edited version, which will be a little easier to watch than just the pure live stream. Thanks for joining us. Across the intersection on the left is the Arlington Hotel, an old original railway hotel. Still operates. They do a lot of weddings. So I'm presuming that this is all going to work out. Of course, it relies on a decent internet connection for our entire journey, and no idea what technical issues could arise. I should tell you the story. The last time I was out in this car, I was getting up to this part of town, a little farther along. Just a second, I'll tell you that in a minute. I gotta get rolling. There's a steep hill here I can do in high gear if I get going. Now we're coming up out of the valley on the other side of town. You can see the railway overpass ahead. That's from the main rail link, from still active rail line, but that's why Paris is here, the rail and the river. That shot will give you an idea how steep it gets here. So I'm getting going here so that I have a chance to make it up here in high gear. There we go. No problem. Look at the, keep it pointing to the left, Evan, and get these houses as we go by here. Here's all the original railway mansions from the area.
Tom Smith says you're passing his home.
Yeah, we're about to get very close to Tom Smith's place. We're not going to go quite past it.
Harry's commenting on some of the buildings.
Nice. This is a little lane between a couple of the old homes. I like coming in this way. So this is the older part of town where all the railway executives and engineers and such had their homes. Now we're going to pass right past Tom Smith's house. He's got a Model T. We're not going to point out his garage because we don't want somebody breaking in there. But it's very nearby. We're up near the high school, straight ahead. You can't really see it there, but that's where it is. So these are the older houses from Paris, a beautiful part of town. So I was about to tell you my story, but the last time I was out in this car, it was with Russ just a couple of weeks ago. and we were putting around, having a chat. But I came up on one of the hills in Paris and I stalled the engine. Now, when I restarted it, it didn't restart. And then we noticed that the engine was seized up solid. It would not turn over. Rock solid. So no idea what I'd done. We fiddled with it for a while and eventually realized we weren't going to get it there on the side of the road. So, we were lucky. There's a young man in his big pickup truck. It was all jacked up high, you know, like those really high ones with all the stickers and things in the back window. Excuse me. But he pulled over, asked if he could help, and he offered to tow us. So he towed us up to Russ's house, which wasn't too far. And from there, we fiddled with the car some more. Still couldn't find any solution to the problem. So then Russ, with his pickup truck, towed me home so that, let's not stall it here now and repeat the demonstration. All right, there we go. So, got it to my home. And the next day, my son Evan and I went out to try and figure out what was going on. First of all, I wanted to see if it freed up just from cooling down, thinking maybe it had overheated, it seized or something like that, but that didn't make it. It was still rock solid, would not turn over. So we got to thinking about what could be the cause, and Rob Megan, my friend who's on our live streams, suggested it might be a jam in the transmission. And Russ had suggested it might be a stuck Bendix on the electric start. So in either case, we figured moving the car backwards in gear might crack it loose, whatever had kind of jammed going forward. So my son and I tried to roll the car backwards and it wouldn't budge. So then we started harder and harder rocking and pushing the car back really hard. Rock, until finally it just went click. And everything freed up, and it seemed to be fine. More about that story in a minute. We're going over the railway now. I need to get a drink. Bear with me for a moment. I'm losing my voice. Here for a drink. There we go. So yeah, it clicked and freed up. Those of you that were watching closely, you'll notice that I had the timing very retarded during that last bit of the drive, only because I was paying more attention to trying to tell my story than I was to driving. So that's the railway line on the left. We're going to head back downtown, so we're working our way down the hill again. All right, so we're heading back into downtown. We're now. I'm going the opposite direction, parallel to the main street. Now ahead on the right is an old mill that's been fabric. It was a textile mill that's been renovated into shops and such. But when I first moved to Paris, it still had the original line shaft equipment all inside. It was gorgeous. Alright guys, so we're going to head back up the hill we came down originally. It had the lookout on it, the really steep one. So I'm going to have to concentrate on driving because I can do this in high gear, but only if I get it right. Okay, I don't know what happened there. We had a bit of a stutter. We will try again when a few of these cars go by. Getting this in high gear now might be impossible.
Glenn Nickerson says stop, slide T on pavement. I have no idea that. There are many police. Oh, that's wrong way.
Oh, I'm fine. There we go. All right. Full throttle up the hill. This isn't the steepest part. Turn, you want to take it as fast as you dare. There we go. Ahead is the little lookout point. We'll stop there for a minute. Get Evan to show you the town of Paris looking down. Now we got to get going again on this steep uphill. This is how I stalled it last time. There we go. So guys, I think that's where we're gonna end our live stream drive today. the kind of thing that you enjoyed, I'd be happy to take you along again in the future on other trips, other towns, and into the countryside. We're gonna take a look here and see if we can get down to the park. Oh yeah, it looks okay. So this is taking us down the river embankment again to one of the big parks that the town maintains. Popular spot for walking and taking the kids, and then we'll end things when we get down there. Very steep again. I think this one will be low gear on the way up. Always lots of smiles from everyone when you're out in one of these cars. So, this is where we're going to end the live stream. Thanks for joining us. As I say, if my GoPro footage turned out, I will do an edit that I can post as a video that'll be a little more easy to watch than just the cell phone live stream. But thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun taking around Paris, and we'll look forward to hearing what you think of this new format. Thanks very much. No idea. Now we're in the how do you end the live stream mode.
Is it X button at the top?
Heck.
No, I think no, that's share. I'm trying to X.
There we go. See ya.